just passing through. I've never been here before. I have no idea what's in store. There ain't no towns this far north. I hope to catch a glimpse of the Arctic shore. Morning, guys. That was my intro. My computer's broken right now still. I just sent it in yesterday, and so I'm just doing it manually. I'm doing it live. I have a bunch of stuff to talk about, and so instead of keeping you guys waiting until I get my computer back and just editing it all, then I'm just gonna go live. Who cares? Whatever. Fuck it. If I am underprepared and don't hit all the points that I need to, that's fine. Or if I'm rambly, that's fine. Whatever. We're doing it live. Fuck it. Okay. So, anyway, before I start in on this topic, I think anybody that's been on this channel before kind of knows where I'm at on all this shit, but there's just been a lot of... I'm going to pour myself some morning sake because fuck it. Also, you're going to need it. Well, I'm going to need a drink to fucking deal with these particular topics. Anyway, if anybody here doesn't know who I am, I'm Cornelius Van Gogh. I live at Slab City Library, and I've been living here since 2014. I'm a year-round resident of Slabs. And I've been coming here seasonally since 2011. And in all that time, I've seen a lot of people come through here with big expectations, and then after a few weeks leave here, and then they'll put up a video on YouTube with a title similar to the one that I put up, like, The Real Truth of Slab City, or the actuality of the shadow government of whatever, or why I left Slabs, and all this crazy nonsense. I mean, I don't want to say nonsense yet because, anyway. So there's been fuck tons of these, even since I first started doing YouTube. That's actually one of the reasons why I started my YouTube channel. A lot of you probably know this, because there's a lot of really sensationalized stuff online. There's been some pretty famous traveling YouTubers. I'm not going to name names because I don't want to give more credence to their videos. They get tons and tons of hits on these. And some of these people, after they make these The Real Truth of Slab City channels, their channels blow up, and but then they kind of hit a dead end, or they already have blown up, and they just get a fuck ton of views on them and more subscribers for that. The reason that there's a few reasons why people do this. Now, any free-thinking individual knows that sensationalism fucking sells. It sells like crazy, and you can see this like on their videos because they've got tons of views. I'm sure after I finish this stream and get it uploaded, it's gonna get fuck tons of hits because it's clickbait. That's what clickbait is. It says a bunch of buzzwords that people are like, oh, holy shit, because I didn't have room to put shadow government. That's actually one of the things that a lot of people claim about Slab City, is that there's a shadow government. I'll talk about that a little later. Actually, a lot of people mention that. But one thing that you'll notice about all of these people that make these exposing the truth about Slab City videos is that they didn't really last very long here. And there's a few reasons for that also. So clickbait is so successful because it's got shock value with the buzzwords: tweakers, thieves, shadow government, the real truth, exposed. All of those words get tons of attention. They get people all riled up. They get people excited. And people want to believe the worst about other people that they don't understand because they want to justify their fear of trying new things and meeting new people, and they want to hear stuff that validates those fears and excuses for not trying new things. Um, so, anyway, um, so yeah, there was a recent live stream. I'm not gonna mention the name because, like I said, it's stupid shit. But these folks were living right across the street from me, and basically what happened was they were tweaking, and they were a real shit show and caused tons of problems in my neighborhood. They were yelling at each other every night. Um, they they actually lit their car on fire at one point, and during this whole season, law enforcement has been over at their camp countless times, and it was such a shit show and so stressful for everybody in the neighborhood. So a couple of days ago, it kind of came to a head, and they ended up lighting their camp on fire and then driving out of town the back way. And then they made a live stream video talking shit on Slabs and talking shit on me for whatever reason. And that was kind of, well, there was another video a little earlier on, done by another individual who stayed at Goonies camp. Uh, it, it's just a lot of trash. And so one of the reasons that people make up these stories, about, well, they'll spin it and say like, oh, well, I was being hunted and people were ganging up on me, and there's like a shadow government that was trying to make my life miserable, and they ran me out and burned my stuff. But it's not true. Those people burned themselves out, and they almost caused a wildfire, to be completely honest. So it you got to keep in mind, a lot of these people that make these videos, what they'll do is they'll try to spin it to their credit, like they're the golden one and they were just a victim here. And the reason that they do that is, quite honestly, to make themselves feel better about being pieces of shit. It's a lot easier to tell people that you were targeted and you're a victim than it is to say, yeah, I fucked up and pissed off a lot of people and ran away from a literal fucking fire that I set. So, it just, it's like a coping method, and then with the plus side of getting tons and tons of hits and views. So, yeah, sensationalism sells, and playing the victim makes people feel better about themselves. It's no surprise. Not a big fucking surprise. I'll take a few questions if you guys have any questions about anything that you've seen on YouTube that people have posted about the real, honest truth, blah, blah, blah. And I'll tell you my perspective as a person that's been living here for quite a while, since 2014 year-round, and seasonally since 2012. And I first came here in 2011, but that was just for a few days. That was during the summer, and actually one of the first things I saw when I got here was a RV fire. An RV was on fire, and a little ways down the road there was like this spun out tweaker shit that was like crying about not having a key to her P.O. box or some shit. It was madness. But that's the thing is too, when it starts getting hot, like people fucking lose their shit. And that just happens, you know, and people get desperate in the summer. Phil Hoey, oh fuck no, of course they're not gonna be back. They're not welcome after they set a fire in Slabs, and I watched the whole fucking thing go down, because they were literally right across the street. I heard them have a confrontation out there, and they were yelling and all that stuff. Now they're gone, and geez, yeah, now they're gone, and it's nice and quiet, and I fucking am so grateful for it. So yeah, anyway, if you guys got any questions, like if you've seen any of these other sensationalized YouTube videos, like I said, I'll take some questions now while I drink my sake, and then after that, I'll tell you the real truth about the tweakers and thieves and the shadow government. And I'll expose the reality. Ugh. There's a leaf in my booze. Look at this. That just fell out of my tree. Ugh. Oh well. Mm. Alright, I saw somebody ask, can you say the channel of the self-immolating tweakers? I don't honestly even remember the channel. Community Cause, fucking told me that they were doing a live stream, so I tuned in to see what they were talking about, because obviously, like, a bunch of shit went down, and the moment I click on there, they're talking shit about me, which is so fucking, so funny, because I really went out of my way to avoid these people, and the one thing that I said was when this guy posted on the Slabbers Only page about, so he was spinning this story about how the whole night there was a bunch of people hiding in the bushes shooting at them, and they were like scared to death and hiding in their van and calling the police. But the thing is, nobody was shooting at them. There was somebody doing like routine shooting practice, like this happens all the time. People have guns in the neighborhood and they practice, and mostly the guns are used to scare away dogs, or like if somebody comes into your yard, you might fire a warning shot. I don't know, but there was somebody firing, but it was nowhere near the camp. They're trying to say like there was bullets whizzing over their heads, but that didn't happen. So they posted on Slab City, like some Slab City page about it, and I commented like, that's not what happened. So then dude starts railing on me. He's like, I can't believe blah 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 blah, you're such a piece of shit. And I was like, okay, well, I don't have time for your drama because I got other shit to do. So I just unfollowed the conversation, and that's like the whole reason why they were talking shit on me. It's kind of sad. Okay, since I'm talking about the real truth, blah blah blah, about Slab City, and everybody keeps asking about Goonies Camp, this is the fucking one time that I'm gonna fucking talk about it because I'm sick of it, okay? And you can look this shit up anywhere. I shouldn't have to be talking about it, and it's really fucking annoying. So after this video, if you ask me, what about Goonies Camp, I'm gonna put you on timeout, like, immediately, because I'm sick of it. So here you go. Goonies Camp fell apart last summer, early summer, because Mike Dibble was found to be molesting children, and that's when Goonies Camp fell apart. Now he's in prison. Goonies Camp is no longer a camp, and it's been a few different camps. Currently, it's referred to as B-side, and they're trying to do an animal rescue there. So that's the story. That's the real truth. Mike Dibble got fucking hauled off to prison for molesting children, and that sucks because he was really, I considered him a good friend. Like, I didn't see any of that behavior, so it really came as a shock to me, and that's why I don't like to talk about it, because it fucking is, it's still pretty fucking whack. And, you know, whatever. So there you go. Don't ask me again. Okay. And I'm gonna hide you from my channel. There we go. Hide user. And don't ask me stupid questions because I have zero tolerance. I will block your ass instantly. Yes, dirty white walls and armed society isn't polite society. If you guys are asking me questions not related to this topic, then I'm going to ignore them. Just letting you know. All of these questions are not on topic. Okay, the dirty bottle one. Was he molesting kids from the slabs? I do not know. I don't know if he was actively molesting anybody. Here. I don't know. And I don't really, like I said, I'm done. Okay. So now I'm going to tell you the real truth. Okay. The real truth is, yes, slabs can be dangerous. And yes, there are actually tweakers here. And yes, there are actually thieves here, and no, there is not a shadow government here. There's organizations and people that form neighborhood watches. Like I've formed a pretty casual neighborhood watch with some of the groups around Slabs that are more involved with the community, but there's no shadow government. A lot of people try to spin it that way because, like I said earlier in the video, they want to hear about being a piece of shit, so then they create a boogeyman for themselves, pretty much. Like anywhere else, fucking yeah, there's tweakers and thieves, but there's also a lot of really good people. There's a lot more really good people than not. And the thing about it is that you have to help yourself. You have to defend yourself. It's not like in Babylon where you have police protecting you. The police don't protect us here. You have to protect yourself. You have to keep an eye on your own stuff, and you have to make clear boundaries for yourself, and you have to stand up for yourself. You can make a barrier. Like, don't try and occupy more space than you can defend. And yes, the community. If you have friends, then yeah, the community will come and help you out. And but you can't rely on other people to protect your shit because everybody else is trying to do that for themselves. So when you call in somebody else to help you, they have to leave their space, and that sucks, especially when there's only so many people in Slabs during this time of year because it's starting to get warm. The heat waves are coming, and all of the flakes are fucking dropping out, like the aforementioned folks who lit their camp on fire. And I'm so glad they're gone. One of the things that people need to realize about a community like this is that you get in what you get out of the community what you put in. If you go around helping people and if you build up your own space and create resources to share with other people, then other people are going to do the same for you, and they'll bring you supplies and they'll show support, and it really is just a beautiful community. And that's what I've found to be true because I get out of the community what I put in. That's not to say that there wasn't a bunch of rumors, and there still aren't a bunch of rumors by haters going around about me, but it's all pretty benign stuff, and mostly it's just people that are jealous. But, you know, like I've been talking about, if you put in a bunch of negativity and aggression, then that's what you're gonna get out of it. That's right, Rodney Boyd. How will you act in the Slabs? That's how the Slabs will act for you. Yeah, I could believe there's more Death Set Glamis, Richard. Like I said, guys, if you're asking me off-topic questions, I'm not going to answer them. No, the Slabs is not full of chomos, Hugh. That's the thing. We don't tolerate shitheads here. So that's why there's so many people leaving Slabs and then talking shit on it, because they fucked up in some way and got run out in some way. You know what I mean? Like, there was actually a guy that had a sexual assault history that was camping out in my fucking yard and participating as crew last year, and when we found out, he was fucking made to leave and left Slabs because people will fuck people like that up. I mean, because they have to defend themselves here. If somebody is found to be like a bad person, especially like a sexual offender, sometimes they turn up dead. Which, I mean, good, I guess. Like, I'm not saying I think it's good that people die, but if, you know, that's just a thing that happens. And I mean, there's a whole fucking debate that you could have about that. But I mean, if anybody is found in the desert, at least it's not like somebody that is really cool that everybody loves, and it's, you know, a piece of shit that hurt people. Like I said, I don't think it's good to kill people, but that is a thing that does happen. So, in the spirit of truth, yeah, like, if you're a piece of shit, stay the fuck away from Slabs. It's not a place for you to hide. We're not a bunch of fucking tweakers, thieves, and child molesters. We're regular people trying to be cool to each other, and we protect each other. So that's the real fucking truth. Slab City is a very bad place for you if you're a piece of shit. It's a terrible place for you to be. You're gonna end up in a bad way. Yeah, that's karma. Like you said, Phil. And I mean, shit, I don't see too much wrong with that. Like, I've never heard of somebody being found dead out here that was a good, kind person, except for somebody who accidentally fell into the drop while they were on drugs. This guy, I didn't know him. He was my neighbor, and I guess he was on like acid or something, and made the stupid decision of hanging out next to the drop. And the drop is right over there next to my house. It's where the canal goes underground for like I don't know, I want to say like 100 yards or so, and it's really dangerous under there. It'll scramble. And his body was found like 8 miles down the canal. So that was the only instance of somebody good getting killed that I know of out here, besides other people dying of just like I had a friend a few years ago that passed away. He was just in really bad health, and it was super hot, and he was sick and not taking care of himself. That's a reality, and that sucks. And let's see who else. Another gentleman passed away a few years ago. He was an alcoholic and got drunk and decided to take a nap in his van while it was like over 100 degrees, and he literally baked in his van and died. So that's pretty sad. I mean, yeah, Slabs is no place for you to be if you have bad addictions and you're not taking care of yourself in the summer. Hey, welcome, Crystal, and welcome anybody else who hasn't seen my live streams yet. There's a lot of people in here. Nice to see you all. And this just goes on to show you, actually, this is probably the largest number of people I've had in chat before. This just goes to show my point that clickbait sells. People eat that shit right up. They see tweakers and thieves in capitals, and they're like, oh, I gotta see this. Click. So, point proven, right? Oh, yeah, thank you for reminding me, the Mad Hacker. I actually have a PayPal account if you'd like to donate to my PayPal, paypal.me/CorneliusVanGogh. You can also donate right here through YouTube, and that will help me to buy more shade cloth for the summer so I can stay cool. Hit the like button, smack it up, and hit the subscribe button. And, you know, I'm trying to grow my channel to I'm so close to 10,000 subscribers. I don't know, I'll feel really good once I surpass that. So, you know, share my videos and stuff. I'll keep doing live streams until I get my computer back. Then I'll start making more edited videos. Like my motto, work with what you got. Don't make excuses. Just do it. Crystal, yeah, my Amazon wish list link works. I will, after I close down the stream, I'll add some more links. But if you want to check it out, I don't have my computer with me because it's in the shop right now. But you can check out my last video or whatever to get those links. There's also T-shirt links on the last video too. But like I said, after I shut down this stream, I will go back and edit the description so that you can get those links, because yeah, that's good shit. This is my livelihood, and those T-shirts are fucking awesome. Huge anus, is that nice? Is everybody equal, or is there a pecking order? Everybody's as equal as they make themselves, right? So if you want to have a lot more involvement with the community, you can do that. And if you don't, you can also do that. So it really is your choice. Yep, that's the thing I tell everybody when they first come into Slabs. It is what you make it. You manifest your own reality. And if you end up in a shitty situation, you really have no one to blame but yourself, because you put yourself in that situation. Don't be naive and think that everybody you meet is a nice person just because they say they are. And don't assume that everybody is a piece of shit that's going to steal from you, because then you'll piss off people. And, you know, because, like, who reacts well to somebody being, you know, somebody unfairly distrusting them, I guess. A really good example of just people being paranoid and trying to make shit up in Slabs is if you go to Reddit, and I've mentioned this before, it's so funny. It's called I Was Hunted at Slab City on Reddit, and it's just bonkers. This guy was clearly twacked the fuck out. Well, I'm really glad that I got almost 29 minutes into a live stream without tourists calling up to interrupt me. Actually, shit, speak of the devil. Nope, never mind. Thought I heard, oh, there is a car pulling up. Motherfucker. There's tourists pulling up. I might have to talk to them. Huh? Yeah, it looks like it. Well, a good 30-minute video for this topic is just about all I need anyway. If you guys have any more questions about the real, actual truth about crime in Slab City, feel free to drop comments below. Actually, I encourage you to drop some comments below. Let me know what you think, and I'm happy to address any more questions. And thanks, Tim. That's great. Yeah, I'm going to go do the tourist business and try to sell some beers or something and whatnot. All right, folks. Thanks for joining me. Make sure you check out, like I said, my PayPal, or drop a donation through YouTube or whatever the fuck. And I'll put up links to my Amazon wish list and my listings on Teespring. You can get stickers and t-shirts in a lot of different colors. I fucking love you guys. You kick ass.